welcome back everybody. My name is Meridius, and today's topic is going to be about your purpose. So, every person, every human being should discover their purpose at some point of their life. Usually, it's the earlier the better. Why? Simply because when you know your purpose, you act accordingly. You know what you want from life, you know what you want to do from life in life, all sorts of things that will make you happy. If you don't know your purpose, that type of person usually wanders around the world and really knowing what they want. They do what other people want. They might take very important life decisions from other people, and eventually they will be really unhappy with their life at some age when they realize that they did not make those decisions themselves. That those decisions were like forced to them, whatever, by time, by parents, whoever from, and yeah, that you should know it as early as possible. There's a lot of distractions nowadays. It's really hard to, take the right path, think the right way, and overall, move the right way in life. Because there's so much stuff, you need to do. You are distracted by training, whatever, social media, school, your private life, your relationships with the people. All of these things distract you from yourself, you know. And yeah, when you're distracted, you don't know where you're going, and you're not going the way you want to go. So, whenever you're going to see this video or understand about purpose at all for the first time, then you should definitely take time off with yourself and think of these questions, like, what do I want to really do in life? What makes me happy? What am I really born here to do? And think about these questions. Try to think of a really critical way, and try to leave your emotions and your normal thinking out of it, because when you connect emotions with with these questions, then you might take the wrong one, because your brain will just take the easier route, like it usually does. So yeah, take time for yourself, think about these questions, and find your purpose, find your meaning. And when you find your purpose, you understand what you're here to do, you understand what you love to do, you understand what you care about in life, then life becomes very easy. Everything else that isn't aligned with your purpose is not important in your life, and you just basically ignore all those other activities, and it's just so much easier to live, because when you don't know your purpose, then you just think everything is important, right? You need to do everything. You need to consume every information there is. You need to you need to respect what other people think about you. You should take advice from people who are older than you in your life choices. No, that isn't right. Decisions in your life, all the important decisions in life you take should be taken from you. from deeply inside, knowing your purpose. If you do not take those decisions from yourself, then it's the same thing like not knowing your purpose. You're going to be unhappy eventually, and you're not doing the right thing. So, and a lot of these nowadays problems that people have with psychology, you know, there are more work for psychologists, there are more work for all these mental problems that people have. It's mainly because of social media. People aren't doing what they're supposed to do. People were born into this whole world to create, simply said, to create stuff, to create whatever. And if the only thing you do in life is consume, then you're going to be depressed, you're going to be unhappy, you're going to think, what's wrong with me, why I'm not feeling good. And one part of that is not knowing your purpose. When you don't know your purpose, then you're going to either create the wrong things, which is actually really good, because you have to start somewhere. You have to create something in the beginning, and usually it's not the right thing that you want. So you try new stuff, and you learn that you like that type of stuff, you don't like this type of stuff, and you narrow your you widen your experiences, and then you eventually know what you want to do. And but the easier way is to know your purpose. They kind of go hand in hand. You have to have some sort of experience as well in life. You can't just, that's why I'm saying, like, you should at least know it when you're 18, or maybe even a little bit before 18, because you're a grown-up at 18. You have, you're starting to get some responsibilities in life. You have to take care of yourself. You need to know what you want to do. And yeah, it's really hard in life to operate at all. There is, without knowing your purpose, there's so much information, so much stuff you need to do in life. And if you do not know yourself, or you're not comfortable being who you are, then it makes it even 10 times harder. Because when you know who you are, you know what you want, you know what you want to do, you know what you do, then you have this confidence, this self-esteem, this drive in you, which makes you stronger, which makes you believe in yourself, which makes life easier. But when you don't have these, it's way more difficult. So this is also a reason why, you should get to know your purpose before 18, definitely. And I know it's a difficult topic, to pick something at a young age, it's not easy, but these type of choices have to be made, because you either, get to know your purpose and you're getting ready for life, or you don't know your purpose and you're going unprepared into life. Being unprepared is way more worse than being prepared. That goes in everywhere in life, right? So yeah, getting to know yourself is really important, and it's one of the main problems nowadays. So when you have these mental problems, when you have overall problems in life, think of, do you have your purpose aligned? Do you know your purpose? You know why you're doing stuff? Do you like what you're doing? You get to know yourself better, you know. There's nothing bad comes with it, knowing yourself better. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up with today's video, and hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below if you did, and ask me any questions you guys want. I'll talk to you guys in another week. Peace out.